today, I guess happy Friday, everybody. Today we're going to be jamming some more Death and Taxes. We're going to be jamming this for the next 2 weeks leading up to the 27th. I guess you guys can't see the calendar if I open it up to the side here, but there's a calendar right over here. I think it's the tournament's on either the 27th or the 28th. I forget the day, but there's a big Legacy tournament in St. Louis that I need to start prepping for, so I think next Friday we're gonna do a sideboarding guide stream, similar to the one I did. I forget when, a while ago at this point. But I'm just gonna sit down and try to hash my way through some of the bigger matchups in Legacy, and what my sideboard looks like, what my sideboard map looks like, and what the general plan of attack tends to be. That's tentatively going to be next Friday. I'll probably tweet that out and post it in the Discord at some point. So for now, we're just going to jam this deck a lot over the next 2 weeks. Got update cardboard live here. So the only big change that I think are not really even big change, but the only change that I've made, I think, since last time I played Death and Taxes, I swapped the third Revoker for Atomic just to try it out. Revoker obviously is very, very weak in all the Delver matchups. Just gets boarded out all the time. Has been boarded out since the dawn of time, because Delver has ranged from having no activated abilities to having very few activated abilities. Hello, kitty. So obviously you don't just want a 2/1 in your deck with no text. Nowadays, you can name Renin 6 and stuff at least. So it's not the worst. It has things that can name in the main deck, but it's generally very underpowered. Especially having 1 toughness that gets incidentally hit by a lot of the hate people are bringing in. Blazing Volleys, Trickeries, Marsh Casualties, whatever else, what other neg 1 effects or 1 damage effects people want to be playing. Plague Engineer, although if they're naming a horror, it's probably not too terrible for you. But anyway, so by cutting Revokers, we have less terrible cards for Delver matchups, which is a very large chunk of the meta. But on the other side of things, it also it messes with the sideboard map, something that I've definitely not acknowledged or accounted for with this current deck list. Because now we only have 5 really bad cards. Before we were cutting all 3 Revokers, 2 Recruiters, and a Palace Jailer. We're cutting 6 cards, so we could bring in 6-ish cards, maybe 7. In Path, 3 Council Judgments is 4, and then based on the Delver variant, you can bring in Chalices or Rest in Pieces. Chalice is good against Blue Red Delver, or Grixis Delver with Arcanist. Rest in Pieces is good against Rug Delver and the 4-color Delver decks. So it's 6 to 7-ish cards that you want to be bringing in. And that was already a little awkward when we were only cutting 6 cards. And now that we're only cutting 5 cards, it makes the sideboard map worse, which means that I would probably have to compensate something for the Atomic in terms of what I'm sideboarding. But we're not going to do that because I don't have enough time to sit down and hash out what my sideboard map all looks like. That's what next Friday's stream is going to be about. Hashing out does my sideboard map have enough? Does it have too many cards for us? Can you stop? Do you mind? That sort of deal. What's up, Palladian? But anyway. So we're instead going to just go into a league and just jam with this way overcompensated Delver sideboard and then figure out what the hell we're gonna do once we queue into Delver. Because we're going to bring in 7 cards. I think I'm supposed to be cutting Hallowed Spirit Keeper in the Delver matchups I'm boarding in Rip. Just because it's it was pretty medium to begin with, and it's a lot worse obviously when you have Broken Play. Can you stop? Do you mind? But then what's the last cut after that? Guess we will flounder about and find out at that point. Let's play a Legacy League. You're so inconvenient, kitty. Why are you like this, huh? Why are you like this? Also, I think this is hopefully going to be the last stream where my camera is at like a really shitty angle. I've been meaning to get like a shelf installed behind my desk here that the webcam can sit on, but for now it still sits awkwardly atop one of my monitors. So I think the Monday stream we should probably finally have like a good webcam angle, and then... Okay, I need to play Magic. You can stop looking at my face. Opponents is named Adventures with Tarmo. That doesn't bode strongly that my opponent's going to cast Delver of Secrets. Cat is an angel. This hand's pretty good though. I'll definitely keep. Hope my opponent isn't on a combo deck, because our hand sucks a lot against combo. Splash Black with 2 Cavern and 4 Clearing. Those mana bases get really ugly because we're playing a bunch of non-basics and like cutting a bunch of planes in a format filled with Wasteland and Delver of Secrets and Ren 6. And B, 6 sources is like never enough. Phil did out the math on 3-bit University, and I think the answer is something like somewhere between 9 and like 11 black sources for even like a white splash. Age with Holly, that's pretty good. I think we're going to Wasteland Aether Vial here. Don't really want to expose my only white source, and obviously I don't want to take 2 damage to play around like a Daze that when it could even not be a Daze deck. Like, Pontiff isn't even that good against the current Delver decks, not as Death and Taxes at least. Like, they're playing a bunch of like Tarmogoyfs and like Nimble Mongoose and stuff. Like, you get exactly TNN and unflipped Delvers, right? We're not like killing young Pyromancers anymore. Please stop stabbing him with your claws, cat! I will kick you out. Alright, well, I know what I'm not casting next turn, and that's this Thalia. We're definitely just going to slam the Stoneforge Mystic. My opponent has Wasteland in order for a pretty bad time. But like Wasteland plus like a Bolt for Stoneforge, lose our white source. But we still have this Aether Vial for now, and if we can get Brewmasters and stuff going, we should be okay. I think we're gonna grab... I kind of want to grab Battery Skull, force my opponent to just have the action right now. We have a second Stoneforge, we can go like Fire and Ice later. On the off chance my opponent can't kill this, then we just get to like Batter Skull them. Maybe that's wrong though. Maybe I'm actually supposed to grab like Fire and Ice. The Val takes up to 2 and I can like put in Batter Skull next turn if I want. Why are you like this, kitty? Why are you like this? This forces my opponent to interact with my Stoneforge before they can do anything else. Next turn we can like cast another Stoneforge or something. Yeah, I think I should have gotten Fire and Ice actually, and planned on like if they don't remove it, then we can like surprise Stoneforge, grab a Batter Skull, put it in. Maybe they just don't have a Bolt though. A friend. What you got, opponent? Gets back Scalding Tarn, cast Lightning Bolt. Sure. You got another spell? Nice if they didn't. Delver. I will accept this. Tick up. Draw a white source. Mom gets pinged, so Mom's not good right now. Play out our land here. Yeah, I guess we'll cast Stoneforge and put in Thalia on end step. Sucks if this gets exactly Force of Willed. But that's life. Yeah, Wastelanding doesn't seem very good with a Ren 6 in play. We have Flicker was starting to come down the pipeline soon to deal with it, though. Fire and Ice, bad against Tarmogoyf, good against True Name. True Name is much scarier currently. God, claws, claws, claws. Stop stabbing me, please. Alright, so as soon as they activate the Wrenn and 6, we just Valor Thalia immediately. But I imagine they'll get most of their spells out of the way before they do anything with the Wrenn. Like a reasonable player. If they, like, kill my Stoneforge and try to attack for some odd reason, I'd definitely trade the Thalia for the Delver and the Wrenn activation. Paladin block the Delver, but I doubt that'll happen. There's no way they attack with a Delver with a File on 2. What do they do with that Ponder? They shuffled. Messing with my light source here. We have a solid hand to fight Rug Delver. I wonder if they'll attack here to try to incentivize. Oh, that's interesting. Incentivize, like, I block here and then they finish it off with the Wrenn. I think I just want to try to eat up the Thalia. I think I'm fine with that trade, like I said earlier. If I block the Delver, kill it, and then they Wrenn ping my Thalia, I think I'm fine with that. But I don't want to trade the Stoneforge. It'd be sick if I had, like, a... God, these claws. Like a Phyrexian Revoker or something. This might mean that, like, they don't have an answer for the Stoneforge, or it might mean they just wanted to see if I was willing to make a worse bargain. Ooh, no answer? Deal. Alright. Things are looking very good now. We have a Plow lined up for this Goyf. We want to be wary of, like, a Stifle. We're against Rug Delver, so they could have that card in their deck. So we're gonna just... We could always, like, Flicker Wisp my Batterskull to, like, re-get the Germ as well. So think... Can you stop for, like, 5 seconds? Jesus. So we're just gonna pass the turn here, I think. Just with Stoneforge activation up. We can even put in, like, Burmaz or Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp obviously worse with the Wrenn in play. Get out of here, kitty. Cat will not stop. Yeah, she won't. She's a menace. But yeah, Batterskull plus Sword of Fire and Ice is pretty GG in game 1. What's missing from the yard? Just land? Yeah, okay, so this Goyf is a 4-5. They have sorcery, insta, and creature. Flameblade Adept Menace or an Insolent Neonate kind of, definitely an insolent Neonate. Could not tell you what a Neonate is, but she's definitely insolent. There's a Wasteland going after my white source. Force the action. My mana base is pretty fragile to Wasteland plus Wrenn and 6. You got a Stifle? No. Alright, that's pretty good for me. We can no longer plow this Goyf. A Neonate is a baby. Oh wow, and then she is an insolent Neonate. I guess she's like a year old at this point, but she's basically an insolent Neonate. Alright. I think I just want to put in Burmaz. If I don't draw anything, like a white source to clear this Tarmogoyf, I think I'm just going to flicker the Goyf and like just punch the Wrenn and 6 for 1,000,000. So we're just going to put in this Burmaz. Just attack for like 9,000. All cats are baby. That is accurate. Ooh, we just drew a white source. Even better. Now we can just plow this Goyf and punch the Wrenn and 6 for 1,000,000. I don't think I want to cast my sword here. I kind of do. Okay, no, they're just dead. We did it. Guess they kind of see the writing on the wall there. Like, if they don't have anything, we're just going to like, clear the end. Like, we just have a bunch of massive idiots. Six and a half cards to bring in. And we have easily 5 cards out. So first, before I even want the second Prelate, I have to figure out what sucks here. I think the Spirit Keeper is worse. Just because we're bringing in 2 Rest in Pieces, and like Spirit Keeper isn't all that great against stuff. Some of the stuff that they have, Rough Tumble, just like doesn't match up well against like Tarmogoyf all the time, etc., etc. Then we have to figure out if we want the second Prelate, what would the cut be? Like, I think the rest of this deck currently is better in the matchup than a second Sacred Prelate is. Rug Delver, in particular, does have like a reasonable number of 2. Rug Delver and 4-color Delver, in particular, have a decent number of 2s that are really good. Rough Tumble, Ancient Grudge, Abrade, that sort of stuff. I mean, Sacred Prelate is still good. Like, I would probably bring it in, but this is the sort of reason that you need like a sideboard map and you need to actually craft your sideboards with these very like important matchups in mind. Would you keep a right lane if you had a main deck in place of Howl's Spirit Keeper? So if like this were the deck currently, and I needed to make one more cut, would I keep it a Bright Lane? Maybe. I'd probably keep it in over something. I don't know. It's the issue with deck construction, right? Like, am I cutting the Sanctum Prelates? I don't think so. But like, if I have one Sanctum Prelate, do I want the second one? This is the problem with sideboarding too much for a matchup, right? You start cutting your good cards, and it just like you get diminishing returns. Oh, I have 7 cards for the Delver matchup, but I only really have 5 bad ones, so smooth this. And sucks, I think. Karakas is dicey. This hand's really slow on the draw. Like, if there's a Wasteland, our hand is very bad. These Flicker Wisps just suck without a Vial. I think I'd rather have a 6. Opponent also mulling to 6. I think we're priced into keeping this and just shoving the Wisp to the bottom. Opponent kept 6. Lead with Rishadenport. Delver. Force Pitch Ponder, sure. I have 2 cards left in hand. Or I guess 3, they just drew for turn. Well, Wasteland doesn't do a whole lot, because, like, we have another land. We just don't, like, have a white source. As much as I really want to Wasteland this Volk, maybe we do. Maybe we do Wasteland this Volk. Like, if we draw a white source before my opponent finds a land, we're set. We don't know if my opponent has any land drops to miss. They didn't cast a cantrip, though, which is, like, pretty suspicious. I don't think I want to waste. If my opponent, like, misses their land drop, I might waste next turn. Reveals Force. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Now we need to kill this Delver twice. So they don't have a land. Interesting. They could have like a Stifle, which is horrendous for me. So draw a land, which is very nice. They don't have any blue cards. Like Wasteland plus Plow is insanely good here. Can you not, Cat? Huh? Can you not? I could just cast Thalia though. Thalia like obviously makes my Plow cost more, but if they like ever tap this Volcanic or something, then we can Plow the Delver, not scared of Force of Will. And they might like be priced into Force of Will with Thalia. Nope. Yeah, but if they like land cantrip or something, they could just leave all their mana up all the time. But if they cast like just a Ponder, bam. We can cast nothing, so there's no point in trying to plow right now. Wait for them to attempt to cast something. And then I think I'm just going to plow an end step at this point. If we find a land... Can you stop being such a pest, huh? You want to go bug someone else? I'll kick you out if I have to. Yeah, I think my opponent has dedicated themselves to the Delver Meow plan. And just never tapping. But I think I need to use my mana, because if I like draw a land, I want to cast this Flicker Wisp and not get that Force of Will and stuff. They just let it resolve? Do they not have a blue card? Alright, maybe I wasteland both their lands now. Alright, I think we're just sending both of us back to the Stone Age here and just taking out both my opponent's lands. We have like a lot better odds of top decking out of it. And like we can't deploy a threat first. We can deploy Rest in Peace first, but I don't think that really matters. Man, these are the Delver games, huh? Ooh, nice. Ooh, nice. Do I have to Force Will this one? Nope. Not lands, but two very good non-lands to draw. Alright, I'll take it. That seems like a not very good Force of Will on the second Aether Vial. Just gonna tick our Vial up to 3 to get our clock. Ooh, Athalia. I'll take it. Are you dead yet? Now we're going to attack with this Mom, because they literally can't cast a removal spell. Until they, like, land Gut Shot me here. Get me good. They can cast, like a Goose or a Delver here, but not a huge problem. Oh, no. So if they rip another land and I like pro-green attack them, I get pretty punished. I think I just want to end step Flicker out this Trop. So I want to get this Flicker Wisp on the board. We need to draw 2 lands or get rid of our Thalia. Because the Thalia does tax us out of our Rest in Peace. But, like, we do find a second land there. They're already, like, in a bad spot here. We just draw, like, Ancient Tomb, that'd be gas. Or just, like, more 3s. More Flicker Wisps. Sanctum Prelate, Brimaz. All be good draws. Yeah, I'll take Plains. You can cast a Stoneforge Mystic. Just go get a Batter Skull. Just wallop my opponent here. They could, like, daze my Stoneforge, but obviously, like, this isn't getting better. Alright, cool. Opponent feels pretty dead. Alright, cool. Won the match. he's willing to concede. Maybe their hand was like a bunch of good cards if they found like one more land. I assume they took that draw step. Was like, all right, if we don't find a land here, we're just dead because we can't beat this batter skull at this point. So. Rug Delver is somewhere on this list. I should probably move it up. It was pretty far down because I copied and pasted from my old data sheet when I made the new one for the London Mulligan. And as such, Rug Delver was a lot worse back in the day. So it was a lot further down on my sheet. Got to bully some Delver players, always feels good. Who else are we playing today? Alright, no idea who this person is. This hand sucks. This hand sucks. Opponent keeps 7. Do I want to go to 5? So this hand is no batter skull, obviously. Is Revoker Jailer good enough? No. Revoker Jailer is just horrible. They're like two of the worst cards versus like Delver especially, which is just like the best deck, the top deck right now, so I think I'd rather just go to 5 with like Vials or Thalios. Yeah, this is a keep. Ship the batter skull and the... So the Recruiter's card advantage, which I might just need to win this game. So it might just have to be the Prelate, but Prelate's like such a beating against a lot of decks. I don't think it can be the Plow. Maybe the Plow is like... Just hope they're not a Plow deck, or a deck that like I need Plow against. I don't think it's land number 2 either. That seems maybe it's land number 2 lean heavy on Aether, this Aether Vial here. But we're on Mold of 5. If our Aether Vial gets forced here, then we're in for a really bad time. I think it's gotta be either Plow or Prelate, I think. Interesting decision here, honestly. Get greedy. We're on the play. Of course, they're just gonna like be red-black and like turn 1 main. It's not gonna matter. Mox Diamond means lands could be Loam, but Loam doesn't play Tranquil. Does Loam play Tranquil Thicket? I guess so. I thought they only played the swamp one. Well, I'm kind of sad about the Plow, but not anymore. Like, Plow's good against Loam, but not good against Chalice of the Void. And, like, these two cards are very good against Loam. Just hoping my Vial doesn't get decayed. Top deck, like, a Port here or something. Phyrexian Revoker on Mox Diamond. Yeah, I'll take more lands. At least that lets us cast our spells. Assuming that, like, they Abrupt Decay my Aether Vial or something. This is not a matchup where you really want to Mold a 5, though. They just have, like, Liliana the Veil, where... Pretty bone. Sure. That does literally nothing. Can't cast my Batter Skull anymore. You got me. Seems like they kept this hand on the strength of turn 1 Chalice of the Void. Let's draw like Stoneforge Mystic. Sword, huh? So we could run out a creature. They have 3 cards left in hand. I don't like running out Prelate this early because you usually want to have Prelate on 2 down with Liliana the Veil protection, because like pre-board it's hard pressed for them to deal with it. Maybe the answer is actually Sword. I could restore out Recruiter and go get like another Recruiter. I don't really want to get. I guess I could get Wisp. Just like recruit Wisp. I could recruit a 2-drop, but that like stops the card advantage train. And like, what would my 2-drop be? Thalia's not great. Stoneforge is decent. Revoker seems medium. We can't tutor Tomic. I think I'd rather go for... I want to recruit for, like, Palace Jailer or Flicker Wisps, because they're so good against them. Yeah, I think we are actually going to just cast Sword here. If they had Lily on the Veil, they would have definitely just cast it over a Teague, so... Gonna get Arbor here, or what? This end step fetch. Nope. Please no decay my vial. That would make me sad. Rip a land, we can just recruit Jailer. If we don't, we can still recruit our Jailer and play Prelate. Really? Do they just draw Lily? That sucks. We're definitely just going to discard this Prelate, though, now. Prelate's just not the battle plan. The Verdant is also scary because it represents Stride Arbor, which makes Palace Jailer a dicier proposition. But they only have one card in hand here. Attack me. Come on. Valenthalia, get you. Man, if there was a 2 in my hand, this would be so good. I guess if they don't attack, they just chump block with Teague. I think we're just going to recruit a Wisp. And then, like, Wisp out my recruiter on end step or something. Depends on what we draw, I suppose. Best draw, I think it would just be like a land here to pitch to the Lily. Yeah, that's fine. So we can just cast Recruiter, play our land, cast the Recruiter, go get Wisp, end step Wisp it. They can Edict my Wisp if they want, but then we get our Recruiter back. So it doesn't really matter. I just want to Wisp my Recruiter before they have, like, removal spell mana up. We could have, like, obviously Recruiter Jailer the Teague, but that's risky because if they have a removal spell, they can fetch Dryad Arbor, Edict one of my things, remove the other attacking with Teague, and, like, take Monarchy. So I think I want to try to set up Monarchy for, like, a different turn. Spirit Keeper also good at some point, but not at this juncture. Probably the port also does help against the Dryad Arbor plan. So, like, next turn we could take that up to 4. If we, like, end step, go get Palace Jailer. Upkeep, take Val to 4, Palace Jailer the Teague, equip Sword to Recruiter attack Liliana. And then we still have port up for Dryad Arbor fetch. They only have 2 cards in hand, so not in, like, huge danger here. Yep, Edict the Wisp, that's fine. Is this a Coder? Coder would be Sylvan, that's fine too. I think it is time for the old Palace Jailer. Equip, attack. If they fetch for the Dryad Arbor, we can even, like, just port it down, hit them. And then just ping off the Arbor. Oh, we have Plow too. That's great. Oh, no, it's not. They have Chalice. Not great. Alright, let's attempt equip and see what happens here. They could have removal spells that last card. So let's attack their face. If we connect, we just clear the Lily. With the shock. Yeah, if they fetch for Arbor, here we just port it down. Actually, we could just Jailer it and then ping the Teague. And then, like, the Lily gets to Edict if it wants to die. Every time I come in, you're playing versus Loam. That is accurate. Although I kind of like my port being able to tap down their creature. So maybe we port this, ping the... No, we can't clear all three of the permanents this turn. Letting them trump block's bad, it just loses us 3 damage in a card. Just whether we want to port or Jailer. I think I just want to Jailer it and port something else. And then we're just going to ping the Teague. Like, if they want to Edict their Lily, they can. Oh, we're not clearing Lily. No, we're not clearing Lily here. If we cleared Lily, we would have to, like, let them keep a creature. It's definitely risky, and I don't really care if this Lily, like, minuses and kills one of my things because we have Monarchy. We could port it down, hit them, clear the Lily, but then what? Like, they have 2 creatures. Like, we'd only have Jailer untapped, and if they have a removal spell, they get to take Monarchy, which is extremely risky. Especially because they have, like, a Sylvan Library in play. So you could, like, easily find an answer for my one guy. So we're just gonna Jailer the Arbor, hit them, ping the Teague, and then port one of their lands. And then, like, let them get the last Lily activation before we kill it. Or before it kills itself, most likely. Might sack the Recruiter over the Jailer just based on drawing. I guess drawing Flicker Rest is really good with Recruiter, too. And it is more mana efficient for us. Yeah, can you get comfortable, you dang cat? Oh god, that's not what I meant. Alright. Punch. Kill the Teague. Draw a card. It's a Plains. Might as well play it. I mean, we can't cast a Plow, so... I guess there's a chance that we draw a card that, like, we'd rather discard Plains than Plow, or, like, if we draw, like, a Wisp to deal with the Chalice or something. And I'm just shooting our Plains, doesn't matter. I think I'd rather discard the Plains than this Plow at this point. We have, like, 3 answers to this Chalice of the Void with 3 more Flicker Wisps to draw. And, like, Chalice of the Void, or, like, this Plow is good if we can take the Chalice off, if they have, like, a big Knight that's hard for me to deal with. Like, if they just Edict me, land, Knight of the Reliquary, then we definitely are still, like, fighting an uphill battle. Scoos, huh? So Scoos is a 3/3, which is problematic. I think we have to sack this Recruiter. We have plenty of mana. Oh, they just concede? Huh. But it has a Chalice of Void in hand. But, like, I mean, we have Monarchy, but, like, we have to chump block this Scavenging Ooze, right? They can... Oh, I'll take it. We definitely had to, like, draw something there to still be in that game, but, I mean, we had a lot of good hits, I guess. I'll take it. Wow, there's a lot of cards for the low matchup. I feel like this is way too many cards at this point. Loam is not a matchup that I really plan my sideboards for often. But I usually can cut 10 cards pretty easy. Mom's Thalias, and I shave like GTA Mystic because the other two equipment are better. And, like GTA's pretty weak against their 8 to 10 creatures. It's good against like exactly Bob. And just bad against like a bunch of abrupt decays and shit. What else sucks here? Burmaz is okay. Burmaz is pretty medium. It's good against like a bunch of planeswalkers and shit, I guess. Bad against Knight of the Reliquary, obviously, but like we have a lot of removal spells for Knight of the Reliquary. Could probably cut Revokers. Revokers are very fragile. This is like a very slow, grindy matchup where there are a bunch of targets. Similar to, say, Grixis Control, where it's like, oh, they have like Jace and Liliana and like Narset or whatever, and then like 4 colors have Ren and 6. We're playing against 4-color Loam. But like, so like, Roger's good against a motley crew of planeswalkers, but obviously, if you have to play it proactively, you would have to play a guessing game, and if you guess the wrong one, it just gets like sniped. Could maybe shave like a Wisp too. Wisp is pretty powerful against a lot of what they have. It's paper tournament, your local FNM. No, it's like a big 10K tournament or something. There's a guy in St. Louis who loves to host these big legacy events every so often. I think we'll just cut both the Revokers and call it a day. Sideboarding against Loam always like just fucks with the curve, but this game it's like all about the late game and slamming like Palace Jailer and shit. Like, so having nothing to do on 2 is like pretty fine, I think. All our 2s are just bad. Are you eating my hair, cat? Stop it. Stop it. Get away from me. Why are you being such a pest? Huh? Why are you being a pest? This hand is fine. The dicey hands are the ones where your Aether Rod gets blown up and you just get wastelanded to death, but like, this hand does a lot of good tools. Like, Plow's good against an early Bob or Knight. Howl's Keeper is good in the matchup, especially if we get it down before we find a Rest in Peace. And Recruiter is obviously always great because part of the game plan against Loam is just slam Palace Jailer as soon as you have a favorable board position to do so. I'm a little bit concerned land go here. What on earth is in their hand? Sure. Like Liliana the Veiled, maybe? Like, kind of annoying. What did I discard? Maybe this Rashadenport? Feels a little bit greedy if we get, like, Wastelanded. That could be bad. Yeah, this looks like Liliana the Veil. I think it would be. Vindicate my Vial. Alright, well. Could be worse. Do we want to just slam Recruiter, go get Jailer right now? Seems pretty good. Playing Howl's Keeper here isn't great. They can just kill it and we get 1 Spirit, which is pretty medium. Flicker Wisp, obviously not super powerful. Just go get a fucking Palace Jailer. If they have like a Wasteland, obviously they can hold us back from getting Jailer online, but we can also just start wisping this Recruiter and stuff if they don't do anything. I need to adjust this light source more. The light is not on me very well. I'll fiddle with it after this cat gets off my shoulder. Demon. What do they have here? Looking at the Last Hope. How bad is slamming Jailer here? Not horrible. Oh, Judgment's pretty good. kind of in for Slamming Jailer now that we have a Council's Judgment. We can clear this Liliana. If they play a thing, we can just like plow it or like flicker our Palace Jailer depending on how much mana they have open. Kind of in for just like getting Monarchy and beating their face in. If they don't clear the Jailer, we can just get insane value off of Wisps. If they do play threats, worst case is like fetch land plus a threat, and even then we can plow the threat and still port the Dryad Arbor. So I think I just want to start drawing cards. Needle. It's pretty good against Liliana. A little scarier against the like Abrupt Decay Assassin's Trophy deck than just Council Judgment it. But if we get Wastelanded or if we need to like plow something this turn, maybe we might just Pithy Needle it. Energy Fire is fine. They have like a Bob. Blast Zone is fine, I guess. Looks like we're just gonna Judgment this Lily though. They don't have anything here, so. Judgment the Lily. Don't really care about this Blast Zone ticking to any number. I mean, we can't really do a lot about it either, other than like Flicker Wespit or Needle it. But yeah, we will Judgment the Lily and then hold up Port or Plow. Probably only have 5 lands. I might Port the Blast Zone on keep or something. Our plan now is to just drown them in card advantage. It might have been correct to like just Needle the Blast Zone now and like hold up this Plow or something. Cataclysm's a good card to have. Now I think we're going to hold up Plow rather than porting them. Because if they play a threat, I just want to Plow, untap Cataclysm. Should have tapped differently. Should have left it plain instead of Crocus. There's like no reason to hold this up here. What on earth is this? Hopefully a Planeswalker and not like Queen Marchesa or something. Can you stop? Garruk. That's fine. We can plow the token and just cast Cataclysm. Play land. Play land! Well, I mean, not playing land usually means they don't have one, so I'll also accept that. Would love to draw land. Great. Now I think we'll keep Port. Oh, we can even keep Port untapped and then play Plains and then really just give it to him. We keep Port, play Plains, have Monarchy, crush their face. Pretty solid plan, if I do say so myself. I will keep Rashadan Port. You can keep whatever land you like, and nothing else. Some Grove will probably be the keep, yeah. I'll Port then the buyback Punishing Fire, but we're drawing 2 cards a turn. And that one's Aether Vial. It's a pretty good one. If they have like fetch land, I guess it could actually get kind of scary. Tabernacle, sure. They had like fetch land, go get Dryad Arbor. And we'd have the Port to leave up to at least fend it off. There's Tabernacling. They didn't even buy back the P-Fire. They're like just hard playing around Surgical. There's one thing I really want to Pithing Needle, but I want to get this Aether Vial into play, so let's just play the Aether Vial and pass. Hey, a land. That's pretty good. Cool, they have nothing. Oh wait, yeah, letting the Grove get tapped doesn't play around Surgical at all. Because then I would just Surgical it after the Grove is tapped. A bunch of prelates. Pretty solid. Hey, more lands. Look at that. Pretty useful against a tabernacle. Land drops. Do they have a land to pitch? Barrenworth. They just didn't want to play it, I guess. We're just going to flick roast this Mox Diamond now. Flick roast this Mox Diamond seems pretty good. I could just port them, but I kind of just want to get a thing in play, too. Hey, we did it. Bullying Loam. I'll take it. 4-color Loam. Our plan came to fruition. The plan of Slam Palace Jailer as soon as you have a reasonable board state to do so, and then Cataclysm them. Rock solid plan. Dubs 1337. Sounds pretty solid. I will keep. Be a lot scarier if I were on the draw, because his hand sucks against turn 2 Ren and 6 if we were on the draw, but on the play, solid. Still pretty poor against like a wasteland, but obviously hard to pass up 2 lands Mom Thalia hands, especially with like a bunch of other 2-drops to cast. Put them all to 6. What you got, opponent? What you on? Another Verdant Catacombs deck, huh? Basic Swamp this time, though. Could be red-black. Could still technically be red-black. Could be Depths, I think, is my first guess, though. Take the Wisp, alright. Does not feel like red-black Reanimator. Wow, that's kind of... it's okay, draw. We have 2 Stoneforges. I'm gonna play Thalia though, but I'm interested in what deck takes Wisp. It's gotta be Depth, right? Depth takes Wisp. Because like they don't really care about these things. But, like, now they have to be a Caracas. Hopefully we don't get like wastelanded. But they usually only play like Ghost Quarter, right? Because they want to Pithing Needle Wastelands. Can we attack with Mom? I don't think we know enough to attack with Mom. They could just be like some random deck. I don't think the 1 damage chip shot matters more than, like... Yeah, not Depths. 4-color doesn't play either Thought Swamp or Dark Confidant, obviously. What deck is this, though? Is this just Jund? Does Jund ever take Wisp there, though? I'm going to play a Stoneforge Mystic. I kind of want to wasteland this Taiga and play Stoneforge Mystic, honestly. But they have a Dark Confidant in play, so it's kind of scary. I could also like leave up Caracas, but we have a Mom in play. If we keep our wasteland around, though, we can go get Jite. And then we can, if we draw a land 4, we can clear the Dark Confidant next turn, which seems pretty good. And if we don't, we have Batterskull. I think I'd rather do that, because Dark Confidant's a scary Magic card. Don't know what deck plays all these cards except for just Jund. Reveals a Hex Drinker? Is my opponent just like playing Jund with a Hex Drinker? 'r? I'm very confused. Nurturing peatland, huh? This feels like it's just Jund. Liliana the Veil? Plague Engineer. Wow, that's rude. Kraga's my Thalia, I guess, but we have Batterskull and GT at least. If we draw land, we can trade our Stoneforge for both the things. I'm gonna give my Stoneforge pro black so they don't get like a free 2 damage here. Land means that we can just play GTA attack, try to trade with both creatures. We have 4 cards in hand. I don't like that. Sets us back on our Batterskull, but we have another Stoneforge to follow up. So, kind of in for that plan. Yeah, they're pretty priced into blocking here. I also just like cast the Batterskull next turn. It's just Hex Drinker at level 3. That would be nice. It's pretty easy to beat a 4/4. They can make it a Tiny Progenitus pretty soon, but could just Flicker Wisp it and like Wasteland them. Kind of just want to. They have 3 cards in hand now. Flicker Wisp, but Wasteland them doesn't sound horrible to me, honestly. Kind of wanted to deploy Stoneforge and Thalia here. But then if they have a land, they just gotta get to make a 6/6, which is like pretty obnoxious to deal with. If I do it this way, then they have to spend their whole turn making it a 4/4 again. I'm gonna take them off a red mana more than this cycling land. Don't know what the red's for, but I don't want to see it. Liliana the Veil? Liliana Last Hope? No, they're just making it a 4/4 again? Sure. Now we get a GT, or Wisp holding a GT. And they can't make it an 8/8 next turn, because they can only put 4 mana into it. Or not 8/8, a 6/6. So we're going to play Stoneforge. So we're going to equip attack and play Stoneforge. Kind of want to wasteland this Nurturing Peatland, but it's probably better if I just do this. I think my opponent's just playing Jund. Yep, they just are dead. Interesting. Have not played it against Jund in probably actual years. Don't know what they're doing. So we saw... Everyone likes Jund. Does everyone like Jund? Especially in Legacy. Everyone just makes fun of Jund in Legacy, right? So we saw what? Hexdrinker, Plague Engineer, Bob... Thoughtseize? Was that it? Is that the only... And then, like, Jund lands? I think I still want Rest in Pieces. I have to assume my opponent's deck plays, like, Tarmogoyf and Renin 6. I don't think I want Cataclysm, just based on their creature density. Jund might be good now because of Renin 6. Is that, like, Jund being good, though, or is that Renin 6 being good? Like... Renin 6 is a good card, but, like, you can also play Renin 6 in better decks than Jund, right? And you can also not be casting Hexdrinker in Legacy. I think I want all these. I don't think... I think Prelate is bad traditionally in the Jund matchups, because they have, like, Decay, P-Fire, as well as, like, Fatal Push, Lightning Bolt and stuff, and, like, Liliana's. You have, like, a lot of shit to hit your stuff. Revoker's gonna be bad. Don't know how much removal I even want. Reminder that we banned a card not very long ago. Basically, as Lear said, less fair. Okay, Death Right Shaman is a lot more fucked up than Renin 6 is. Gorilla King 3, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Surgical. I don't think Surgical RP Fire is good against like the Thoughtseize this deck. Like, they're gonna grind me to the ground. And like drawing Surgical Extraction is really shitty. Angle the camera more to your left and hang on. I gotta look at these after I'm done sideboarding. Sort of Fire Knight's good against. Could cut like GTA Mystic and like Wisp. GTA Mystic. The GTA is pretty good against like the random shitters we saw that game, but I think that's not always the case. Let's try that. More to my right, this way, that way. Brand 6 less for Death Right. Did you play against Death Right Shaman? Brand 6 hits land drops. Death Right Shaman ramps you. And this hand seems extremely dicey against the Thoughtseize Abrupt Decay deck, but it's got a lot of good Magic cards. Maybe actually we're supposed to shape Thalias. That's probably correct. Thalia's not great against Jund. Direction shows your bookcase, nothing. You can hang up the Thalia. Oh yeah, we could move it over to more to have the closet, not the bookcase at some point. This hand seems like it's a mulligan. This hand seems like it's unplayable. Alright, well, willing to 5 against Jund, traditionally not great. I think we're just going to ship this Aether Vial, honestly. Aether Vial and our Mold of 5. And just, like, ship the Path and the Aether Vial, I think, and just keep this. Sneap and ship the Vial and the Path. Yeah, exactly. This is close to as good as a 5 is going to get. Taiga go. Interesting. I'll plow anything but a Tarmogoyf, I think. Oh, definitely plow that. Kind of want to wasteland this Taiga. How greedy is that? 5 cards left in hand. They just went like Taiga Go. Who goes Taiga Go? And then plays the Swamp, too. Not greedy at all. Yeah, I mean, our hand is, like, bad. We have to get pretty lucky to... I think we kind of want to try to cheese this one out, honestly. We're on a Mold of 5 against Jund. Just aggressively attack their mana. See if that gets there. Oh, I shouldn't have 6. Oh, nice. They didn't have anything. They, like, land second Bob. I wanted to not have 6 because I want to cast a Plow again. We could also port. Yeah, I guess I could have. Might have been okay. Now I might want to play Stoneforge Mystic because they missed their land drop. Yeah, I think I want to develop a threat. We're going to grab Batterskull and get like Fatal Pushed, but... Hey, no Fatal Push yet. No land either. Come on, don't play it. Oh, fuck. They spend their turn killing my thing, we're just going to like Wasteland and port them again. If they play a thing, then we can just kill it. This looks like Punishing Fire. Or, no, Bolt. So we can Aether Vial plus port the Badlands. Kind of want a Wasteland, though. Because if they draw like a Wasteland for my Wasteland, I'm sad. We'd like just Wasteland the Badlands, play Vial, hold up Plow again. Yeah. Just extremely aggressively attack the mana. They're missing land drops. I will, I'll try to take what I can get here. Plays Vial, hold up Plow if they hit like land plus like creature again. I think Rip is the play actually. What could they get off of a Rip though? What's like the value? they can't cast Ren and 6 because a lot of it is basic swamp. Otherwise, like, I would respect the Ren and 6 play. I guess Plague Recipes now, like, develops it currently. It could have done Thoughtseize, that's true. And, like, if they play a land that casts Ren and 6, like, I would have to cast Rest in Peace and take the turn off of porting that turn as well. So maybe, like, just developing this Rip is decent. But, like, developing this Vial seems like it's probably important for the long term. Because, like, we want to keep porting and we want to play creatures. Wait, hang on. Don't auto-yield. Hey, my opponent just gave up. I'll take it. Alright. Opponent did not want to play anymore after I wastelanded them twice and had a port in play. Jund. I think this is the first time I'm putting Jund on this spreadsheet. There might be Jund somewhere here. There's Jund lands. It's Jund Death Shadow. But I don't think there's just straight up Jund anywhere. And the Wasteland Ren 6 interaction, Ren 6 isn't the unfair card. Yeah, like you can play a Crucible Worlds or a Life from Home. Like Ren is a Crucible World that kills X1s. Like it's a good card. It's a very good card, but like it's not nearly as fucked up as just casting a Deathrite Shaman on turn 1. Have you ever cast a Deathrite Shaman and then wastelanded your opponent? Man, you're just like 9,000 mana ahead. Do not board out of Vials first Jund. I probably should have either boarded them out or shaved them, but I just like hadn't played against Jund in so long. I was boarding pretty off the cuff. I think I should have shaved like Thalias and like maybe either cut the Vials or shaved them. I ended up cutting like shaved a Stoneforge, cut Jite Wisp, and I probably should have just like shaved Thalia Vial or something. Thalia's pretty medium against a lot of what Jund is doing. They have a lot of creatures and like a lot of just X1 hate. My opponent had made a Plague Engineer. Yeah. Traditionally, cutting vials against like the grindy Thoughtseize decks is pretty reasonable. Zane is almost good. We're on the play. We have like Thalia. We don't really have a good follow-up unless... I mean, our follow-up could just be like Wasteland Port, which is pretty good. I think this is keepable, but I'm not happy. Like, we could get a better 6, but this is like one of the cards you're traditionally looking for in an opening hand. When I mulligan hands, it's usually like, oh, you're looking for like any hand with like Mom, Vial, Thalia, or like better hands. Like this hand does have a Thalia. Just cut Vials whenever on the draw with Human. Yeah, I mean Human is also like a slightly different deck, right? Humans wants to be like extremely threat dense. It doesn't really have a lot of forms of card advantage. Anyway, I think this is a keep. This is like a Bergrudging keep. Probably gonna go Port Thalia next turn so we can line up like Wasteland Port the following turn if we can. Volk. Alright. Man, I'm starting to get spell snared here. I think I'm supposed to cast Thalia rather than like Wastelanding this Volk here. Wastelanding could like just play into Stifle pretty badly. I ran just threat light enough that like maybe Port was the right play, but it looks like it worked out okay. Wasteland me, come on, do it. Do it, coward. Yes! I will play this game with you, opponent. I will play this game all day. We can cast a Flicker Wisp. My opponent will not be able to cast a lot of their spells. So I think I'm just going to port this. They can't cast a spell because we have Thalia. And it allows us to like cast a Flicker Wisp if we really want to or something. Let's port this. 6. Reveals a Spell Pierce. Oh boy, we are playing this game, huh? Alright. We can cast Stoneforge into Flicker Wisp. 2 cards that my opponent really has to answer. If they have like Daze, they can Daze this, but we still have like Flicker Wisp and then even Sword of Fire and Ice coming down the pipeline. They're just forcing, sure. Force pitch the Pierce. Punch. I feel like a Goyf it could get dicey. Goyf is certainly a little scary. I think I want to actually like flicker my Wasteland and Wasteland this Volk. Although this Goyf gets scary at that point, right? We don't really have a good answer to the Tarmogoyf. And we can't follow up with anything the following turn. I think it's still my best play, though. Because, like, nothing we currently do answers the Goyf anyway, really. They had so many lands. Yeah, unfair. My Delver opponents always, like, hit 9,000 land drops. That's not true. We demolished Delver earlier this league by like just wastelanding them a bunch. But like if they attack with both here, we can trade with the Aberration here. There are no creatures. There are creatures in the yard. They're missing sorcery. I'm gonna take some knocks from this Tarmogoyf though. Unless we draw like Plow, Stoneforge Mystic. Just like some chump blockers. Recruiter of the Guard would be okay. Yeah, they can't really play a sorcerer when Thalia's been in play, and we've been attacking when 4 Wastelands have been activated this game. Hard to find a turn for a Ponder. Alright, they've finally stopped hitting land drops. Unfortunately, we're going to go to 5 here. We're going to cast a sword and then go to 2, and then we're like super dead to Lightning Bolt. We're raising. I mean, I'm not jumping, that's for sure. I might jump next turn if we draw a creature rather than like have to cast a sword. Uh-oh. Now we might be dead. No Ponder, at least. Makes it not a 2-turn clock. A Mom, eh? 4 cards in hand. We're going to 2 life versus the Lightning Bolt deck. Does not seem like a winning proposition. But, on the other hand, if we chump block and then rely on this Mom to block this Goyf forever, they have a Lightning Bolt in their hand, and they Lightning Bolt the Mom. Then we're at 5 life versus a Tarmogoyf. And we can still top deck, like, Palace, Jailer, or, like, Plow to still be in it. So I think Mom's a better play here than Sword of Fire and Ice. I would really like to draw this card last turn, though, so I didn't have to make this decision. Yeah, even like Batter Skull would be a good draw. They could have like Stifles and shit in their hand, but they can like Force of Will this Mother of Runes. They Force of Will the Mom. Am I blocking? Going to 2 die into a Lightning Bolt, or they are forcing. Force pitching another Spell Pierce. Sure. So what's my plan now? So if they have a Lightning Bolt and I don't block, I die. We can't draw Ancient Tomb to lethal them either. Like if I attack them to 7 and they fetch, they go to 6, but we can't cast Sword and then Ancient Tomb equip because we'll be at 2 life and we'll be dead. So it's not like a lethal out. I don't think I can beat a Lightning Bolt right now. So I don't think I'm going to try, so I'm just going to attack. We could draw several things to try to be chump blockers for the Goyf and just try to, like, beat them in a really shitty race. Yeah. Don't think I can beat a Lightning Bolt. Definitely can't beat me drawing my 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th land. Not gonna work. I see you're doing way more to prep for this 10K than me. I mean, I play like 3 leagues a week-ish. That's about it. I never play off stream. Oh, right, I almost just didn't cast the sword. It's probably pretty important in case they don't have anything. And then we can, like, chump block, and then next turn we can, like, play a thing and chump block with it. I will declare blocks. Just play a local every 3 weeks or so. A Flicker Wisp. That's lethal if they... So what's the play? I mean, we don't really have a play here. We're just, like, hoping this Delver doesn't flip. Even then, we're just trading with this Tarmogoyf and going to 1, right? We can make our Flicker Wisp a 5/3. I'm just gonna try and get lucky. Sounds like a plan. Don't really have anything useful to flicker. Maybe they'll stifle their Tarmogoyf. So yeah, we're dead to a flip. We're dead to, like, not a flip either. Or they just, like, they have a stifle here. Now we're super dead. Now we have to chump block a Tarmogoyf if this Delver doesn't flip. Or if this Delver does flip. Yeah. It's a rough stifle, huh? So we could draw Palace Jailer and then the Delver doesn't flip again? Alright, I mean, it's a plan. I guess I could actually Jailer the Delver and equip the sword to my Goyf, or to my Jailer, right? And then hope they don't have a sorcery to cast? That's probably, like, realistically a better plan, right? Which is a better plan? Because if I exile the Goyf and... If I exile the Goyf and the Delver doesn't flip, we just get to lethal them. If we exile the Delver and they don't draw a sorcery, we can force the chump block with the Goyf and then draw a sorcery, though. So if we exile the Goyf, we lose to any instant or sorcery. If we exile the Delver, we only lose any sorcery, right? I mean, we also lose to, like, Bolt, but I think it's exile the Delver and equip the sword to the Jailer, because even then that buys me a turn at least to, like, draw a Plow or something for the Goyf. Yeah, I think it is exile the Delver. I don't think we're trying to draw a Plow. I think we're just equipping. So if they don't draw a sorcery, we can... Alright, well... Don't draw a Bolt, please. Oh, well, they drew a sorcery. If this finds a Bolt, we super die, but we're chump blocking right now. But even then, we can play the Wisp, equip it with the sword, and then we have a 5/3 which trades with a 4/5. They didn't shuffle with the Ponder, which probably means they're just going to play another creature and kill me. Like, just a second Tarmogoyf. Plow, 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 plow. Dang, we were so close. We tried so hard. We still draw a Plow, I guess. We can still top deck Plow. We have a Monarch draw. But I'm going to, like, daze me here. Flicker our land so we can play around days. God, I hope we draw the plow so much. Do they have 2 dazes? No, they would just like no, no. That was a sweet game though. That was sweet. How do I clip stuff? I don't know. I think there's a clip button somewhere. We tried so hard and got so far. If this Ancient Tomb was a Plains too, we actually would have been able to pay for 2 dazes. Oh man, it's time to tilt cut Ancient Tomb for Plains. The next card. Oh, never mind, we'd die anyway. Oh no, we would trade for the other Goyf, right? We'd plow 1, trade for the other, and the boards are clear. I mean, we're still dying to like Bolt, but that was sweet. That was a sweet game. Alright, now we'll cut this Jailer, the card that almost won us that unwinnable game. That was extremely funny. That was like 3 called shots in a row, wasn't it? I was like, well, we could draw exactly Palace Jailer, and then we drew Palace Jailer, and then I think there was a shot, there maybe a shot before that, I forget. It was like, if we draw exactly Swords of Pleasures off our Monarch trigger, and then we flickered our land to play around days. That was fun. That was awesome. That's what Magic's about. Those are the good games. I love those games. This hand is risky. Keep. What could possibly go wrong? I did love the we're the best Magic players in North America, followed by they're the best Magic players in North America. Gonna bolt my mom. I'm gonna wasteland this, play another mom. Got another bolt. They don't. Goose? Come on, Goose. Don't Delver me. Just play Mongoose. Ponder. I'll take that too. Could try to cast the mom around a daze. What do they do with their Ponder? They shuffled. Kind of want to cast my Thalia around a daze. I really don't want to get... I mean, it's okay if it gets dazed because we have a follow-up. I think we just want to, like, stop them from doing shit. Hang on, I gotta... I'd respect the other thing thrown. The draw of a 2-light, yeah. Hang on, I gotta steal these clips so I can post them somewhere later. You might board out days on the draw. I don't know. People always just seem to have days in all the time for Death and Taxes nowadays. The deck is extremely mana hungry, so like it's not unreasonable. The one downside to my play is that now we get hit with the you have mana floating. Are you sure you want to move phases? Yes, I'm sure. Forked bolt me? Oh, nice. Goose. I don't give a fuck. I guess it is kind of close to flipping. Or not flipping. Being loose. The goose is soon to be loose. Uncastable. That's a goose. I don't give a fuck. Goose is definitely going to kill me on like turn 7. It's already turn 4, I guess, like turn 9. Goose is just like the least threatening card every time I play against Rogue Delver. Just like, oh thank god, they cast a 1/1. I think I'm gonna pour this Tropical Island because the scariest card right now is just like a Tarmogoyf. I mean, Goose is a good card. I just don't respect it as a Death and Taxes player. It's like probably the least threatening non-land in their whole deck. Like, I'm more scared of a Ponder than I am of a Goose. They're hitting land draws. My port plan isn't very good, but it wasn't really much of a plan more than I literally can't cast anything else this turn. The Goose is loose. I wonder whether they didn't... I guess they couldn't cast a spell, so I can just get a free block. I've seen you shit yourself over Ponder before. I mean, it was just last game, right? I was like, man, I hope they don't draw Ponder here, and then they drew Ponder. I don't think I'm porting. I don't think port's worth 2 life. They have like 3 lands in play. They're just gonna like rough tumble me. I'm gonna cry a lot. I'd keep like Mom, recast Athalia. What is this? I'm scared. Please don't. It's a 3 mana instant or sorcery? What's happening? Okay. I guess this is the game now. Attack. I will happily trade. Trade Athalia for a Goose. Fucking deal. Replay Athalia. I guess this is what the game's about now. Oh man, super punished for this being a white card in my Ancient... Wow, this is the second time Ancient Tombs fucked me in the same match. I had been considering cutting Ancient Tomb for another Plains. And obviously Resorts-oriented thinking is the best type of thinking. I wonder if it's right to just start attacking. Just like, pro-green attack you. How many tombs do we have? We have 1. It's like the only flex line I have in the deck now. Like, Sulfuric Vortex makes it so that we're slamming our foot on the gas pedal here. If they attack with Goose, we can block. That is a Vortex. My opponent is Vortexing me. Like, they... I don't think it's worth attacking yet. There's no double green or double red spells besides Sulfuric Vortex, I guess. So it doesn't really matter which one I port. I don't think. I can port red so I don't have to play around like multiple bolt shenanigans. It's a Goyf. Goyf would be pretty threatening. It's just a cantrip. Nice. Alright, I'll take that. They shuffled a block. Attack me. Coward. Nice. Lotus Petal, huh? Pretty good draw. Coward. Yeah, what a coward, not attacking into a blatantly bad bad block. So Tomic doesn't do a whole lot. Tomic protects my only white source from a wasteland if I play it out. Flicker Wisp also is just a 3-power thing. Tomic survives Rough Tumble and Renin 6. I think overall I like the Tomic more. Flicker Wisp clocks them. Yeah, Flicker Wisp clocks better, that's for sure. They just like, we play Wisp and we just get Sulfur Elemental and just get absolutely demolished. I wonder what the play is here. Renin 6 isn't that annoying. They don't have a Wasteland yet. If they draw a Wasteland, I'm sad. I think I'll play Wisp, though. I think I do want to clock them as much as possible. Sulfur Elemental after being Vortexed. I mean, I've definitely been Sulfur Elemental out of a rug before. It certainly happens. Play the old Wisp. Flicker out. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to get, like, my land stifled away for no reason, if that's what they want to be doing. Target a permanent that doesn't matter. What are they gonna do? Sulfur Elemental me? Man says, but immediately before being Sulfur Elementaled. He's like, bolt, untap, run in 6 bolt. You're just bolting my face. Alright, tell me how it is. They're just trying to race me. Alright. Oh no, they drew the Wasteland. Well, I guess we're not casting any more spells this game. Hopefully this is enough. No, Tomic was actually relevant, yeah. I mean, it was one of the things we were playing around, but I also, like, we're getting bolted in the face. We do need to clock them. We do have lethal next turn, though, assuming nothing happens here. That's not what I expected. And also is very threatening. Snap Bolt is horrifying here. We're still not dead to, like, one more bolt, and we have lethal currently. Sure, wasteland me again. See what I care. I already can't cast spells, opponent. I guess we don't have lethal now, because they have 2 colors of stuff. They only have 1 card in hand, though. We could, like, pro-blue and pro-green my Thalia. Man, then get the Thalia bolted, and then we super die. If they have a bolt and we don't go for lethal, though, then we just die, right? If we just attack them to 4... Planes off the top. Planes off the top wouldn't even do anything. We couldn't cast anything. Like, the plow cost us 2 life, and... I guess it would plow the Snapcaster Mage, but that put them to... Oh, it wouldn't put them to, because they wouldn't gain life. That's actually fair. But then we would be in bolt range, and then our face would just die. I think it's just pro-green, pro-blue, the... Thalia. Stifled beats us, right? Is there any way we can not... I mean, we could just attack conservatively and not beat Bolt, right? They've already casted 2 bolts. We could just attack with Wisp and then, like, plan on not beating the card Lightning Bolt. Yeah, we can't just lose to Bolt here if we want. And not lose to something like Stifle. They have 1 card in hand, they haven't cast it yet. Even though they had 5 mana. It could just be like a counterspell. It could be like a Force Will or a Daze, and we're playing around nothing. Definitely an interesting play. If we don't win if we swing it anyway. Yeah, we hit them for 5 and then they die to their Sulfuric Vortex. Oh, if they have... Give pro-blue, pro-green main phase to beat a Stifle. That doesn't beat a Stifle though, right? They just stifled the 2nd activation, and I don't attack, and then they still lethal me. By attacking with 2 creatures, I block 1, I take it, and then get Sulfuric Vortex. They can stifle their own Vortex trigger to also stay alive. So I don't think we can beat Stifle at all, right? Because they can stifle a Vortex trigger. They have a lot of ways to beat Stifle. We're also running out of time for game 3 if we survive that long. So we can't beat Stifle. We can't beat Bolt. Do we just attack and hope they just have a Daze or a Force? I think I like that play. Just hope they have nothing. Just pro-green, pro-blue, smash, and pray. Kinda dig it. Give them less time to find outs. Don't kill me. Hey, we did it. All right. Had to put on our thinking caps that game. Deduced that we couldn't beat anything, so we couldn't beat my opponent having anything, so we played as if they had nothing, and they had nothing. Like, we're dead to Stifle, dead to Bolt, so, like, give them less time to find those cards is, like, a perfectly reasonable line. Because if we gave them more time, they could have drawn a cantrip and cantripped into like a bolt or something. I literally forgot Vortex was a thing for a second. Oh yeah, like, we were only lethaling them because they had a Vortex in play. We were only attacking for 5 and they were at 7, but they were going to die to their own Vortex. Yeah, we're just going to run it back, I guess. Vortex is neat. Definitely a lot scarier when they're on the play, too. But our hand was was Clunk City, but we managed to get there. This hand is gas. This hand has a lot of very good magic cards. Hello, kitty. How are you? Dead players can't cast spells. True. Ooh, that was a good draw. They daze me, they daze me. Alright, sure. Just, why do Delver players keep having Spell Pierce still in their deck post-board? I'll never understand it. It's actively the worst card in their entire main deck. And, like, they're bringing in sideboard cards. It's happened to me more and more, and I'm like, am I missing something, or are all Delver players just collectively really bad? I think I'm down for just Path plus Mom here. I think I'm pathing Goyf, saving the Plow, because Goyf's like the biggest thing that they have. So like, if I plow something smaller, they'll gain less life later. They force it, pitching Brainstorm. I think I'm not going to play the Plow into a daze, but I will play Mom into a daze here. Alright, you're distracting, kitty. I have only 7.5 minutes to win this game. Oh man, more removal spells. Deal. I guess I shouldn't cast this another upkeep. Hey, stop scratching up the chair. We're not wastelanding because we need our land drops. So I'll plow an upkeep here. So in case they have another Spell Pierce, they have to use mana on their own turn. Alright, deal. We can cast our GT next turn. Can you not? Oh. I'll cast Numazawa's GT. Why are you doing this, cat? Why? Get away from me. Don't daze me. I mean, we're definitely getting dazed at some point in this game if they find one, so. Ugh. What are the odds we can just attack? Probably pretty low. I got equipped because I'm not doing anything else, but I think attacking is not a great plan. Just like gives runs straight into Bolt. I'd rather equip now and we draw land for like Prelate on 1, then we can attack. Just use our mana more efficiently. Oh no, getting our wastelanded. Oh, it's flooding out at least. Meanwhile, we're just missing our land drops. Hey. That wouldn't have cast Prelate, though. So here we can actually port all their red sources. We're going to port this Volk. And then if they don't have, like, another red source, we can, in our draw step, port the other Volk to try to get GT counters if we want. Depends on what happens this turn, obviously. Like, if they play a Tarmogoyf for a True Name, my plan is very bad. So obviously, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to draw a land and Council's Judgment it. Like a good Magic player. Ah, they have days. Well, we have a second Council's Judgment, so we're still okay. Cat! Stop! I swear to God, they're gonna have like a second Spell Pierce for my Council's Judgment. I'm gonna like tilt off the face of the earth. A Goyf. Huh? We got a Plow for a Goyf. And a Council's Judgment for a True Name. Hang on, I'm gonna set up a stop in my draw here. There's a chance I want to plow this Goyf and just port this Volcanic and just get GT counters here. we drew a land, but we can't cast Judgment, and we can cast Judgment through Daze, though, not through Spell Pierce, notably. I think I do want to go with that plan, though, and just get some GT counters right now. I guess I could have ported an Upkeep and plowed in Draw Step. I think the play might actually just be Bolt the Mom here, if I do this. But that gets the Bolt out of their hand if it's the last card. They don't have it. Nice. Alright, now we have some GT counters. That's nice. They can just use the... Nope. Tarfire is a lot worse than Lightning Bolt here. Holy shit. Hang on, let me screenshot this one. Tarfire is so much worse than Lightning Bolt right now. Save that for later. It's like a whole GT counter worse. They have like a Bolt plus the Tarfire. There we go. Weird order, though. I just don't even have to use this other counter now, right? If they had bolted first, I'd have to use both counters to save it, and then they Tarfire. Now I get to keep a GT counter? Sure. Now they have nothing. We Judgment this True Name. I might just Prel it on one first, honestly. Oh yeah, we still have the Draw Step stop. Whoops. Goose doesn't do shit. We have a Judgment lined up. Judgment away this True Name. Conveniently still have a GT counter because of how they messed up. So we can just attack into a Goose easily. If they had bolted it then Tarfire, we actually wouldn't have this GT counter and we'd be at a standoff. I want to start pumping because of the threat of like a artifact removal spell. Maybe I'm supposed to port the vault. Oh, whoops! I typed that wrong. Whatever. Supposed to port the Trops or the Volks maybe to play around. Abrupt Decay. That's what I was trying to say. We do have to start gaining life with this GT though, so. I'm gonna gain 2 life here, just to be safe. Sure. Sure. Wow, it's a 6/7? It's pretty big. Oh, never mind. It's an 0-1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We actually... Okay, they just concede. We did it! Whew! That was a close one. So much Rug Delver. I should save that gigantic screenshot now. Doesn't have my opponent's name in it? Oh, it does have my opponent's name in it. I'll scribble it out on the other screen so you guys aren't looking at a giant screenshot. Doesn't have their name anywhere else. The only chosen player is me, so... yeah, I guess the Tarfire is why that my opponent's score was so huge, right? 6-7. There was probably an artifact. I think no, the GT was in play. A Vial, maybe? What happened? A lot of shit happened that game, but it's like a 4-5, right? So it had 2 extra types. It's probably artifact of some sort. But what happened to any of my artifacts? Never played a Vial, right? No, my Vial got spell pierced on like turn 1, right? There was a Vial. It was a Vial. So it was artifact and tribal to make it a 6-7. What up?
I'm leaving. I just created Lily.
Cool. We're almost done. We got one more round.
Check up on her in a bit.
Yeah, I'm done in one more round, so.
Okay, then just check up on her then. She should be fine.
Okay, bye. How much time do I have? So 36 minutes before need to check the crock pot too, so. Hopefully we don't just like queue into the mirror. Just spend 9,000 years. Let's play a fast one. But one that I win. I would love to still win. This hand seems like it sucks. This hand is okay. We're gonna ship a planes. Keep this hand. Our opponent also mulliganed. Did we win all 5 of the die rolls today? We won a lot of them. Another Mox Diamond deck. Oh, this is just lands. Oh, great. This one's going to take a million years. Loam, huh? This hand isn't great. Wastelanding Wasteland seems like a poor use of my resources. Need to find a recruiter as fast as possible. Hopefully they don't P-fire my mom here. They also didn't dredge back the loan, which is kind of weird. Wow, rude. I wonder if I was supposed to like not even put it in. Probably not. Got another mom. Pretty bad against Punishing Fire still. Do I cast the Brahmas? They could like buy back P-Fire, dredge Loam, Wasteland me, get the Loam back. Uses my Wasteland. It only gets the Brahmas down a turn earlier. And they have a Mazavith in hand. Although Mazavith is actually bad against Brahmas because we can make 1/1s. Maybe getting the Brahmas down fast is like actually reasonable before they can like P-fire it to death. Yeah, I like this play well enough. More loam. No, it's they discarded a Maze of Ith to their Mox Diamond, so it's lands. Yeah, wasteland my wasteland. They still didn't loan back the loam though. Weird. I'm gonna take this up to 3 since we don't have 3 mana currently. They also just didn't play the they played the Taiga over the Maze. They could have just tapped Grove and Mox Diamond for library and mazed my Burmaz here, right? So they have P-Fire in hand, so I don't think I would want to run out this Mom at all. Lone plays Maze. Guess that could technically be Lone, but I think the start is a lot more indicative of lands, especially with just like Grove Taiga. I would guess lands a long time before I would guess Loam with the start. Yeah, Maze doesn't work wonders on Brimaz. Stoneforge, that's a pretty good draw. Oh no, they have a Caracas? That's mean. We can tax it pretty well though, because we have Aether Vial. So they still have the P-Fire in hand here. So we could just deploy Stoneforge and Mom, just try to overload the P-Fire at this point. Maybe like P-Fire, untap P-Fire again, but then we can like put in Brimaz. We have a sword coming down the pipeline. That's probably correct. Rather than just like letting them clear my Cat Soldier and me doing nothing. Rather just try to overwhelm the P-Fire. It's weird how my opponent has cast Life from them on turn 1 and just never wanted to put it back in their hand. Seems like kind of unusual. Should probably just put it in Burmaz so I can have 6. Go to 11, huh? Yes, stage. Maybe they have crop rotation for Dark Depths here. They have the P-Fire again. P-Fire the Stoneforge. So we can't equip this cat token unless we top deck Ancient Tomb. Port, huh? Ooh, we can actually port this Caracas. That's really good. We can only port it for 1 turn before they'll probably finally dredge back this Loam. Seems like a pretty good turn to just like develop the board more though. It doesn't develop the sword. We could wait till next turn and do that, but they still have, they have a Maze in the yard as well. If they get Maze and play the sword, doesn't do anything. And if we cast the sword, they're also just going to get back the Maze. So I just want to hit them for as much as possible this turn. Oh, wait, no, the port doesn't do anything in the first Caracas. What am I doing? I'm dumb. Like it's not Maze. They just activate it whenever they want. So let's just move to combat here. I didn't want to play the port if that was the case. I could just recast the... No, recasting the Burmaz doesn't do anything because they just don't bounce until my turn. Yeah, we don't know playing here. We're just recasting the Sword of Fire and Ice and playing port like an idiot. Letting them like just wasteland it for no reason. We could like keep the port up and then port the Caracas next turn on when they untap, and then Violent the Burmaz after that. Wow, milled over just a main deck Vraska, huh? Guess these all are technically still loam cards, right? Well, no, they're not the card protection. They're not loam. They're just Jund lands with a main deck Vraska. They found the depths. We can only stop at 2020 once currently. Get back Maze, Wasteland, Dark Depths. They don't even want to make it 2020 this turn. Your Punishing Fire is in their yard, but they can cast it. Which is unfortunate. Can we just draw, like, Sanctum Prelate? I'll accept Recruiter of the Guard as well. That would have been a nice draw last turn. Set up this cat token to punch face. Now it's pretty bad. Maybe they don't see the line. Dang, they saw the line. Seems like we're dead here. We can only stop the Merit Lage once because we have this Plow, and then they gain 20 and have a Sylvan Library in play, so like they basically just like draw 6 cards. We have nothing going on the board. We'd have to top deck like exactly Prelate right now to have a shot of winning. It doesn't help me. It does prevent me from getting depths for another turn at least. Wow, they just let me attack. They fucked up. I mean, not that it really matters. Alright, well, we've prolonged the 2020. I imagine they should probably finally play Maze here. Oh, they have Barbering? Oh, that's super rude. Now we just, like, can't win, right? I suppose we could just Barbering and Hail Mary draw the Sanctum Prelate, right? Just, like, Wasteland the Barbering here. We don't have to Wasteland it right now, but... They're giving us a lot of turns to find what we're looking for. And it's probably, like, pretty sloppy of them. Oh god, those claws. Stop, kitty! Get off of me! Jesus. You monster. Oh, they copied the Wasteland. Sure. Doesn't do anything, right? I was kind of expecting them to copy anything else. That's why I just clicked through it, but... kind of didn't make any sense. But, whatever. Oh, they have a second stage. So I can Wasteland my Wasteland. Then we have Caracas. Schadenport, huh? Alright, things that keep us alive. Punishing Fire down the Burmaz. Doesn't seem like the correct play. Like Punishing Fire barbering the Burmaz or something? I don't know how much mana they have. But can we get, like, the little guy holding a sword now? Have we finagled into that board position? I mean, they still have the maze after all this. It's like, that's still not a great plan, but it's still a plan. They could just barbering it twice, I suppose, with Loam, too. Wasteland my port. Sure, we can't really port anything profitably. Why didn't you play the Crocus to save around Burmaz? Because they had like a Wasteland and shit in play. I need to say, I'm saving this Caracas to stall for time against a Merit Lage. If they really wanted to clear the Burmaz, they could just Wasteland the Caracas and then double P fire it. Like, that Burmaz was not long for this world. We continue to get like a million draws towards a Sanctum Prelate, which is a lot more than we deserved. So now they can port my Wasteland and then make a Merit Lage, and then we can Flicker Wisp it if we want. Or we just play Caracas, right? I can't do anything about that. Yeah, they just let me connect with that for no reason. Can we steal this game? I don't think so. I think we're still dead. Pour my Wasteland. Sure, right? I could Wasteland the Dark Depths now, but I think I'm fine with this, especially because we also have Flicker Wisp as insurance. They're gonna then maze the Barbering. We could Flicker Wisp out the Barbering right now, and then there's no way for them to get two, right? Because any mazes would have to tap. But they still have the Maze of Ith in hand, right? And they'd pop my Dark Depths, but it would give us more draws. So I think this is our best play. Let's just Flicker Wisp out this Barbarian Ring. They still have this Maze of Ith in hand. I'm like 100% sure. How goes? We're doing okay here. It's a little bit awkward. We should have been dead a long time ago, but my opponent's been playing like very loose because I think they just like think that we're dead. But they should just have. Wait, no, they can't play They can't play Maze and deal with my Wasteland, right? Unless they have like crop rotation. They might be able to loan back Wasteland, Wasteland Ring, sure. Play Wasteland, sure. Their hand is Waste. We seem like we're okay here, barring a crop rotation, right? Just gonna attack and see how it goes. I can't beat stuff. Ooh, that's actually interesting. I mean, they can just Caracas it back to my hand. So I can't Wasteland this Caracas, otherwise they get to just make a Merit Lage and block my Cat Soldier. I could just play cast the Tomic and attack. Just ties up more of their mana. They can Wasteland my crop rotation, port my Wasteland, and then 20/20 me, I think? Let's cast Tomic and see what happens. We might have to let them gain 20 here. So Rashad and Port the Caracas. They have 2 mana to make a 20/20 still. If I Wasteland now... They're going to Wasteland my Wasteland, so I just let this happen. Wait, no, I can... If I Wasteland the Dark Depths right now, then they Wasteland my Caracas, right? And then make the 20/20 after that? I'm trying to figure out some way to do this. I don't think there is one. I think we just have to let them gain 20 here, and then punch them. Hope we draw, like, Sanctum Prelate. Rather keep my Caracas in play, too. Now they Wasteland my Wasteland. But, like, if we had, like, a Flicker Wisp here, they just lose. I'm actually going to Wasteland, like, their Grove, I think, because they'll have to sack both of these lands anyway. So I might as well set them back more lands, right? Because they'll lose both of these lands to make the 20/20 here. Otherwise, they won't have enough mana, so I'm just going to pop the Grove. Yeah, they put themselves dead to, like, a lot of cards. So now we just plow this Merit Lage, and they gain 20, and then hopefully we top deck, like, Sanctum Prelate here. Could have used that as my draw instead of a Plains, but... We still should get, like, a couple of connections here now. They're set pretty far back. Unless they can find a exploration. They needed to develop a fair bit here. Oh no, they found an exploration. Shit. Now they just want to get Maze in play, I think. I think they just need to play this Maze. Their hand is Wasteland, Maze, Barbering, and maybe we know some of the other cards. Yeah, they loan back Grove, Stage Depths. They play Maze here, right? Yeah, so I stopped getting connections finally. Come on. Prelate anytime now would be nice. Opponent has given us a lot of draws towards it, and we have just not found it. We're way more in this game than we had any business actually being. Like, we should have been very dead, but instead we're just going to lose still. Harrowing Tomic. This is the first time he's been on the battlefield so far. I mean, pretty good because we're playing his lands, but obviously not great against Caracas. Would have much preferred a Phyrexian Revoker. I guess Phyrexian Revoker just gets punching fire to death, but... I suppose I could have moved the sword onto the Mom. That's probably the smart play. Mom's more important than a random cat soldier. The fact that they did find exploration is really bad for me. Lets them reassemble a lot faster. But if they just, like, aggressively go for another Merit Lage here, then we just get them, right? Yeah, they should actually take their time and try to slowly kill me now. Nope, they're just gonna do that, right? Because now we just cast the Tomic. If they want to make a 20/20, they have to do so right now. Then we Caracas it. But then... we still can't do anything because we still haven't found Recruiter or Prelate. And we have no answers to the combo anymore. They can just loan back the combo and replay it, and then they still can't kill me one turn though, because they need to deal with the Crocus first. So they need to like deal with Wastelands or something. Loan back stage, Wasteland Depths, play Wasteland, Wasteland my Caracas. You top deck like Prelate into Wisp or something. Prelate's not even good. They have a what's it called in hand? They have a Barbering. I wonder if I Flicker with this Maze of It just to get in more damage here. Like, we're already dead. It does, like, kill a Merit Lage and stall for more time, but I think I just want to draw more cards. Let's cast Tomic first. See what they want to do with their stage, if anything. Make another Maze of It or something. If they do that, then we can Flicker with the Maze if we want. I think I am going to Wisp this Maze here just to draw more cards. These draws have been very bad. Yeah, it's just like gains me life, I guess. It's just pretty free to do. We don't have anything to do with our mana, so. Yeah, we have the sword actually. No, that Prelate is lights out or close to it. They could like stage their Barbering. They would have to work towards that. Are they just like splashing black for a Vraska, the 4-mana Vraska, and then like probably sideboard cards? Because we've seen nothing. They've been halfway through their deck. Just playing like a Vraska. There's the Barbering, there's the Depths, and we are dead. A little bit late to the party there, Stoneforge. Would have liked you back when I was getting mazed 900 times. Wait, hang on. We can just not take damage. Oh, no. We'd still have to take damage. So we want to leave up our Caracas here. So now they Caracas the Tomic. Wait. You didn't want to do that in that order. Alright, sure. You wanted to port the Caracas and then do that, opponent. Alright. I will continue to play this game of Magic. My opponent does not want to win this game at all. They literally had... I guess they didn't have me dead, because I'm at 27. Could have put a significant damper on my plans, though. Loan back, stage depths, Wasteland, sure. Wasteland, sure. They have enough mana for P-Fire, buyback P-Fire. Double P-Fire the Skull, but then we're going to equip the Skull to the Stoneforge. We have two very large threats, but we're just going to get Marrowaged again. We had got to take way more game actions in this game than we had any right to take. There's the stage depths. Let's top deck a Flicker Wisp. Alright, that's gonna be game. I guess not quite game. Just Crux at any point. If we draw like a Flicker Wisp, we might actually be able to do something here. Assuming we're not dead to, like, Punishing Fires and Barbarian Rings, which I don't think we are. If we draw an answer for this Lage, we might actually be able to do something. P-Fire the Thalia, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, with this Vial up to 2, we give some shenanigans. Versus what they're trying to do. Punch me for 20. Loan back, Stage Depths Wasteland, play Stage Depths. That's a way to give your Marrowage vigilance, I guess. Make another one. Ah, Phyrexian Revoker. I feel like you're a tad late to this party. Seems like kind of unnecessary, right? Like, they can still kill me. They can just take the Stoneforge hit. And if, like, I had an answer for this Marrowage, this is just completely unnecessary. Also, that was the bad maze target if I did have a... Alright. Got to take a lot of game actions in a game that should have been over on, like, turn 6 or 7. Ended up going to turn 19, but I'll take it. We had a couple chances, like, if we had ripped something in the front half of our deck. We had 2 Recruiters and a Prelate in our deck the whole time and found nothing. But we got some post-board games, and we have a pretty good sideboard against what they're doing. Some number of these cards, maybe even Cataclysm. I don't know if I want the Path is better than Plows. I'm probably cutting Plows. I've been on and off on Cataclysm in the lands matchup. I think it's swinging towards good again now that they're playing Ren in 6, and my opponent's playing like Vraska, so it's Cool, like blow up random planeswalkers. Cut the Brimaz, cut the Thalias. Spirit Keeper is probably pretty unplayable, right? Especially boarding in 2 rips. There are a lot less on the creature plan nowadays, and we still have 3 judgments and a path, so I can shift a lot more plows. Back when like they had a pile of tireless trackers, I liked keeping in all my removal a lot more. But I think those days are behind us. And cut Spirit Keeper. Probably cut like a Stoneforge and Jite. Still 2 cuts? Jesus. Maybe we don't want all 3 judgments? Yeah, planeswalkers are scary. We want all 3 judgments. Cut some number of wisps. I don't know, cut these revokers. Revokers are pretty bad in this matchup. Keeping all our wisps. Revoker hits like Mox Time. It does hit planeswalkers notably, but it's also just very susceptible to the card Punishing Fire. But I feel like Surgical P-Fire, like Revoker on Ren 6 is pretty okay. Maybe we'll keep in like 1 cut a wisp. Call it a day. Maybe we're supposed to cut moms actually. Do I keep this? I feel like I keep this. This is a recruiter for Sanctum Prelate and 2 surgicals. One for Loam, 1 for P-Fire, and then we'll die to Ren at 6. Opponent molds to 5. I like that. Just Grove go. I hate wastelanding into these because they could just get crop rotationed. I like porting this a lot more. Now that we just conveniently drew this for shot and port. They're gonna rotate? Yeah, rotate also plays around it, but it's all like a lot better for me than wastelanding that Grove. This means that they're really trying to cast Life from Loam, I think. Or like Ren in 6. Hope it's a Loam. Oh, it's a Ren. It's harder to beat. I suppose the Surgical, the land that they grab here, the Ren. Grabbing Grove here. No, we're just going to recruit her for Prelate. And just have 2 surgicals in our hand still. Them hitting land drops is fine. It's not really our agenda isn't man denying them. Needle. Maybe our agenda is man denying them. Needle the Ren port them is not bad. Might be better than recruiter. I don't want to let this tick up too many times. P-Fire my face? Why are you floating a red mana? Seemed quite unnecessary. Nurturing Peatland. Alright. We could just slam Jailer and start drawing cards, but I think I just want to recruit Prelate. It's kind of scary against like a Vraska or something. They do have answers. It's like just Jailer start drawing a million cards is pretty strong. They could have like a tracker or something that I want to like exile with Jailer though. Could be game for just Wasteland plus Recruiter here. Yeah. I'll just recruit Sanctum Prelate. We could actually like Wasteland this Grove and Surgical the Grove because we know that they have another one in hand. It's like kind of tempting. And because we have a second Surgical Extraction. Oh, that's a timer. Means I am certainly late. Well, Surgical is Punishing Fire, and then we'll see, I guess. I guess we could just Surgical the Grove, and then they'd be just be left with useless Punishing Fires, right? Especially because we have Prelate. Maybe we do just want to Surgical this Grove. Nice, they just concede. Alright. Now we gotta win game 3. Preferably quickly, because I think the food is done soon. I know I cursed myself when I said I hope this last match will be quick. I think we're supposed to shave down moms, especially on the draw. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just cut all the moms. What paper are you testing for? There's a bigger Legacy tournament in St. Louis at the end of July. Cutting all the moms against the Ren 6 deck on the draw is probably fine. Bring in like Spirit Keeper and Wisp and the other Revoker maybe? Wait, oh, and GT? GT seems bad. Stoneforge? Stoneforge, 4 Stoneforges, 2 equipment. I think Fire and Ice and Blaze like kind of important. Maybe it's like just bring in the 4th Stoneforge and the GT rather than this other Revoker. Hoping we get a grudge match in Philly. Change your plans. I'm not gonna go to Philadelphia. Fuck that. Are you gonna be at Eternal Weekend? Alright, I think this hand's keepable. It's a little dicey, but like Prelate and Vile's strong. Cataclysm is strong. Uh-oh, this is a good start. Okay, no Ren 6, that's great for me. Atlanta's my travel event for this year. RIP. Yeah, I'm skipping Atlanta because Eternal Weekend is my travel event for this year. Ooh, a Tomic. Ah, fuck. If I want to play Tomic, I have to give them a Caracas for my Tomic. That's so bad. Jesus. Do I even play this Caracas? I probably do. I probably just cast Stoneforge Mystic. Let them have a Caracas. God, fuck Caracas. I'll just have to stream snipe you on NPGO. Fair. Blast Zone. Woof. Vraska. Woof. Oh, well, this is bad. This thing is a +2? It's not even a +1? Jesus, I'm never killing it. Ah, and they just have the Caracas too? Alright, well, things are looking down. Draw land, Council's Judgment this. Does the matchup change significantly since I got Blast on Ren? Yeah, it's gotten a lot worse, that's for sure. It used to be really good after we got Prelate, but now it's back to being like a pretty tough one. This Tomic has not been impressive because my opponent just has had Caracas every time. Wow, they're just gonna let it get hit? Oh, okay. I probably should have attacked their face, but... Tempted to Judgment this Mox Diamond instead of for my Cataclysm, but that seems excessively greedy. Grove, sure. They have a P-Fire in hand. We have a Prelate. We've taken care of one Vraska, but they do have a Blast Zone. Support me, sure. What are we doing? How are we winning this game? We're dying... If we cast a spell, we're dying to, like, Grove, right? Or not Grow, we're dying to Crop Rot. I think that's fine. I think I just want to Prelate on 2. They have to take their Blast Zone up to deal with it. And then we can like Flicker with the Blast Zone and stuff too. It's not a great plan. We could draw Cataclysm. Or we could be able to cast Cataclysm with the Prelate on 2. That would be good for me. Like if we get ported or they and we draw a land, or like they don't port me, we can set up Pearl 2+ Cataclysm, which like has to be good, right? 2020 time. There are forces in the graveyard. Can we cast this Cataclysm here? If they make a Merit Lage. We just path the Merit Lage, then we're okay, right? Wait, why did I play my land? Did I? I just played land, didn't I? That was dumb. Not losing land for no reason. I got excited. Still playing the Mistress Factory. No, I played that like once before deciding it was horrible. Definitely shouldn't play this land. I fucked that up. I really need 2 lands in play here. So we have to just keep basic planes. I guess I could have pathed it in case they had like another basic. Just pathed it right now. Tabernacle. Gamble. Uh-oh. What do they gamble for here? Discard Sylvan Library. Probably not that. Land. Always lucky. For like barbering, I guess, right? Crop rotation? Oh, I guess they didn't want to discard the barbering. Come on, let's draw another land. Oh wait, no, they sacked their... They crop rotated away the Tabernacle. We're okay, we're in the clear. Oh, 5-0. Yes! Got him. Oh, man. Whew. Despite my fuck-up playing that land there on the Cataclysm turn, it would have been a lot better if I had another land in play. I could have just tapped out for the Cataclysm, and then they make the Merit Lage, obviously, and then we play Plains and path the Merit Lage, and then we get to have 2 lands in play. So we're just, like, much better off. But we got lucky and ripped some lands anyway. Whew. Got the old 5-0. Guess it was all my merit. I entered the stream and you 5-0'd. I appreciate you blessing the stream with your 5-0 power. It was a sick game though. Game 1 was just like horrendously like I should have been super dead when my opponent started playing like really sloppily when like we were very far behind, and we almost pulled it back, but not quite. And then game 2 we crushed them pretty hard, and then game 3 was sweet. But yeah, 5-0, awesome. What are we playing against today? Rug, lands. The fuck else are we playing? Jund and Rug, Jund, I think. No, it was 4-color loam. Rug, 4-color loam, Jund, Rug, lands. Okay. That's what it was. This is all Renin 6 decks. We did play... we played a 5 Renin 6 matchup league and then 5-0'd. For everyone out there saying that Death and Taxes can't be Renin 6... It's Renin 6 all over the place. Yeah, Renin 6 is like the hot thing in Legacy right now. Played the old 5 Renin 6 match league. Crushed it. Pretty pumped about that. Path to Exile was good there. Good at the end. Double Surgical was good. I don't know. I like this iteration. The map needs to look better though. The sideboard map against Delver looks finicky. We have too many good cards in the sideboard. It's like we need like less good cards, or we need to like find what like slightly worse cards we're taking out and stuff. But like I said at the start of the stream, and I guess I'll repeat myself. Next Friday, I'm doing a sideboarding discussion. I'm gonna I did it a couple months ago, I think. I'm gonna sit and hang out and just like talk shop about a list that I'm probably gonna be playing like the following weekend. I'm gonna like make up a sideboard map and talk about what your role is in the matchups and how you want to sideboard and stuff. So that'll help me clear my head and figure out what exactly my game plan is in all of these matchups. Do I miss Ballista at all? Not really. I always say like Ballista's like a very medium card. It's a very like jack of all trades card. It's like almost never a slam dunk. Like no one's playing Thalias. So like you want it against Maverick and Death and Taxes Mirror, but no one plays those decks. It's like okay against the Strix decks because it pings off Strix. That's about it. It's just like not super powerful, and I'm not really concerned. And like it's gotten a lot worse against Delver. They've been cutting all their X1s. They're no longer young Pyromancer decks. They're all Tarmogoyf decks now, or at the very least Arcanist decks. So it's just like lost a lot of luster in my opinion. If you're like still playing against a bunch of Thalia matchups or something, it's fine, but I just don't really like it. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if the shoe drops in the format and people start like fighting back against the Renin 6 decks, because it's currently still like pretty running rampant over everybody, but we'll see how good it is. Are you happy with this list? I'm mostly happy. The sideboard map looks bad in a couple places. Like I mentioned, like right as the stream ended, I mentioned the Delver sideboard map looks clunky because we have like 5 easy board outs: Revoker, Recruiter, Jailer, and then like 7-ish good cards to bring in, like Judgments, Chalices, or Rips, depending on Delver variant, and then like Path, and then Prelate. So the sideboard map against Delver is not as tuned as it could be. But overall, I think a list very close to this is probably what I'm going to be playing in 2 weeks. I really like the main deck. I think the main deck's pretty solid. Tomic was not impressive the 2 times we drew it against lands, which was kind of weird. How we work out the depth sideboard map when all 75 are good. I'm going to shuffle in my 75 and present to my depth opponent. But anyway, I need to get going. My dog is probably needing to be taken out, and I have dinner on the crock pot that also needs to be taken out. Anyway, oh, I missed a follow. I don't remember the notification, but Jedi Goth, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Might have been during my the lands matchup that I was concentrating pretty hard in. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. We're gonna find someone to host here. Oh, Arkin's on. All right, let's go with Arkin. Arkin's great. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you had a good time. As always, if you want to support the channel, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. I do donation deck lists if you're curious about that. Information is provided below. How do you spell Arkin's name? ARK4N11. All right. Anyway, have a good weekend, everybody. I will see you guys later.